Percy the small engine is known for doing odd jobs. From shunting trucks and coaches to delivering the midnight mail train, he is always working hard. It was the beginning of the busy summer season, and Percy was beginning to feel hot again. However, Percy wasn't the only one hot. Wherever he went, people were bothered because of the heat. Most people would go to the ice cream truck and get an ice cream or a lolly. However, the ice cream truck had broken down, and they were still looking for a new one. "I feel bad for those poor people," said Percy, "waiting without water or something cool. I want to find a way to help them." "There's not much you can do other than wait for a new ice cream truck to come and cheer everyone up," said Thomas. "I don't know, Percy," said Toby. "Maybe you could think of something." But Percy didn't have any good ideas. He thought about it while pulling the mail that night. In the morning pulling trucks, when he shunted, still nothing came to mind. "I give up. It seems I can't think of anything good." Percy looked towards the platform of coaches. Then, "I've got it!" And Percy rushed to tell Sir Topham Hatt. "Sir, please, sir, I have a great idea," he called. "Calm down, Percy. Tell me slowly." I was thinking, sir, since people are so hot, sir, maybe we could turn one of our coaches, sir, into an ice cream coach. It's like an ice cream truck, sir, but it runs on rails." "It's a good idea, Percy, but we can't use any coaches currently. The express is packed as it is, and we need more coaches. Until you can find one we can use, I can't help you." "Bother," said the stump Percy, and went to go collect his next train. Percy arrived at the works, and there he saw a face he hadn't seen in a very long time. "Hello again, Percy." "Coach! So good to see you. I thought you were staying as a hut for the workmen." "I was, but the new hut was finished, so now I don't have a purpose. It's boring sitting around. I want to be useful again." Then it hit Percy. "You're it!" "I'm what it?" "You're the coach we could use for the ice cream coach. I'll tell Sir Topham Hatt." "Well, here he is. I see you found the coach." "Yes, sir. Since Old Slow Coach doesn't have that much of a use anymore, we could use her for the ice cream coach." "Well done, Percy. I shall make the arrangements right away." After a little bit of work, Old Slow Coach was ready to be an ice cream coach. Percy pulled coach and a refrigerated van all around the island, giving ice cream, cold drinks, and other delights to people wandering around Sodor. Percy is proud of the job and is very happy that Old Slow Coach was once again useful. During the summer, Percy pulls the ice cream train. He puffs around with Old Slow Coach, delivering cold treats and other delights for the passengers. Percy was proud to be the one to pull the train and loved seeing all the passengers' faces on it. One morning, Percy delivered Old Slow Coach to the works. She was to be fitted with new signs advertising some new treats they had. Peter Sam was nearby.
"Hello, Percy,"
he said cheerfully.
"What are you up to?" "Old Slow Coach is being fitted with new signs today. We recently received a new flavor of popsicles," replied Percy. "Popsicles? Why would you need popsicles for passenger work?" No, it's not for passenger work. Percy laughed, and he explained about the ice cream train.
Peter Sam's smile suddenly turned into a frown.
That's not your idea. You silly big engines always seem to steal from us.
Percy was surprised.
Stealing? I did no such thing. Stow it! You probably have a stupid excuse anyways.
And Peter Sam puffed away in a cloud of steam. Percy was confused and upset. What Percy didn't know was that Peter Sam pulled something like the ice cream train. On hot summer's days, he pulled a tea shop on wheels that the refreshment lady rode around in. Peter Sam stopped at many famous attractions for hikers, campers, tourists, and other people that wanted something from the refreshment lady. Peter Sam was cross today as he pulled it. When he stopped at one of his stops, Rusty was with the men who were working on mending the line.
What's wrong, Peter Sam? You are doing one of your favorite things after all. Well, I've just found out Percy completely stole my idea for this coach. He pulls it on some ice cream train and basically does what I do. It's an exact replica of my idea, I tell you.
That's rough. I'm sure he didn't mean it.
Well, when it's that close, Rusty, I don't think so.
Meanwhile, Percy arrived sadly at Wellsville. Douglas was waiting.
Look, Percy, what's the matter with you? Peter Sam said that the ice cream train was his idea, and that I stole it. I swear it was my original idea. There had to be a reason why he thought that. There wasn't any. He just hurried off without telling me why.
That's not like him. Tell you what, I'll try to see why the wee engine reacted like that.
Thanks, Douglas.
The next day, Douglas delivered a goods train to the works. Rusty was there. While working with the men, his engine overheated, and it needed to be fixed.
Douglas, I have a question. Do you know about Percy's ice cream train thingy?
Okay, I was going to ask you about that. You go first.
By any chance, did Percy copy the idea from Peter Sam's refreshment coach?
Certainly not. Percy thought of the idea himself. He was very sad to hear about it and told me Peter Sam accused him of stealing his idea. He never even explained about the coach.
Well, he never told me that, and that's certainly a problem. Should we make our controllers aware of it?
We probably should. I'll tell Sir Topham Hatt, and you tell Mr. Percival.
Got it. Thanks for your insight, Douglas.
Same. Hope your engine gets fixed soon. And Douglas puffed to go and collect his next train. While they were busy, the two engines told their controllers what the matter was. After a telephone call, the two arranged a meeting with both engines. Some days later, Percy and Peter Sam were called to the works. Sir Topham Hatt and Mr. Percival strode up to them. It seems there is some unneeded hatred between you two. Together we will work it out and hopefully get rid of this. Peter Sam told them about how he felt Percy stole his idea, while Percy told them how he came up with the idea himself. Sir Topham Hatt and Mr. Percival listened intently.
Peter Sam, it seems you're in the wrong, Mr. Percival said finally. Percy's idea was only recent. Yours was a few years ago. Plus, you have your success and Percy has his. I think you owe Percy an apology for jumping to conclusions.
I'm sorry, Percy. I didn't mean to nag at you like that. I'm never like that. I hope you're not very upset with me.
I understand where you are coming from, and I'm sorry if I felt like I copied you. Your idea seems wonderful too.
I'm glad it's settled. Let this be a good reminder to you two not to jump to conclusions. And that was the way it stayed. Percy and Peter Sam are glad that they are friends again, and they both are still proud of their trains. The summer season was over, and that meant the ice cream train wouldn't be around until next summer. The leaves fell off the trees, and the fields changed from yellow stubble to brown earth. It wasn't long after that before the snow came down. Now that the snow had taken over the island, everyone was cold. Percy had noticed this change and saw some people on the platform freezing, waiting for their train. He puffed into the yards at Knapford and saw old Slow Coach, looking sad.
What's the matter, Coach? The snow looks beautiful, doesn't it? It does, but now that summer isn't around, I'm no longer useful again. People don't want popsicles or ice cream during the winter. They want warm things. Like hot chocolate, or tea, or coffee, added Percy. I know. Why don't I ask Sir Topham Hatt if we can use you for delivering those warm things to the passengers? That would be lovely. Thank you, Percy.
Soon enough, Percy asked Sir Topham Hatt, and he agreed. And once again, Percy and old Slow Coach were on the rails, delivering warm treats and festive delights to the passengers. Like in the summer, it was a great success, and old Slow Coach is happy to be useful all year round. Winter had arrived in the island of Sodor. The quarry on Thomas's branch line was getting its last orders ready before they closed operations for the winter. However, the quarry's turntable had frozen, and their solution was questionable to the engines, to say the least. Going backwards? How is that supposed to benefit anything? At least we can still take our cars.
But Toby, don't you think it's a bit odd? We can't even see the line ahead of us.
Well, if you were a smart rail car like me, you wouldn't have to worry, because I don't pull cars.
We've been overworked recently. You might have to do something, Daisy.
Before Percy could receive a reply, Daisy swanked away. Sometimes she can be a real pain. However, Mavis's engine froze one morning. She usually did the runs down at Farquhar. Because it wouldn't start, another engine had to be called. The only one available was Daisy. She grumbled furiously about it.
Me? I shouldn't be treated like this.
Calm down, Daisy. Mavis will soon be repaired. You just need to do the runs while you're not pulling passengers. But Daisy didn't want to pull cars. But she did what she was told, and she headed to the quarry. When she arrived, Mavis started to chuckle. At least you're not wearing a snowplow. You look very silly in that.
I guess I should be happy about that.
When she found out she would be pushing the train backwards, she was most annoyed.
This is dreadful. My swerves will...
Enough about your swerves, yelled her driver. The sooner you get it going, the sooner this job will be over. The guard did an excellent job to make sure the train made it through. The train arrived at the station on time. Daisy was glad when it was over.
Thank goodness.
For the next few days, Daisy pushed the trucks down the line, and sometimes helped arrange them for Toby. She dreaded it the entire time, and her complaining got worse and worse. One morning, Daisy made her usual run up to the quarry. She wasn't happy as usual. The trucks were tired of her constant complaining, and wanted to get even.
What if we loosen our coupling?
Down the hill?
Yeah, that sounds right. Let's do it.
The trucks laughed, and it annoyed Daisy.
Come on, driver. Let's get this over with.
The line Daisy takes is very dangerous. There are many sharp curves and many small gradients. When they got to one of these small gradients, the trucks started their mischief.
Hold back! Hold back!
The coupling then snapped, and the trucks began to go faster. Daisy, wanting to catch up, hurried down the line.
Quickly, driver! They may hurt someone!
Daisy knew this was no time for complaining, and raced faster. She forgot, however, how steep the curves were along the line. Somehow, the trucks made it through, but Daisy wasn't so lucky. She raced around the curve and plowed the snow as she fell onto her side. Daisy sat in the cold snow. There's no luck in getting help, girl. We'll just be stuck here until someone notices. Bother, said Daisy, who now felt very foolish. Meanwhile, Toby was at the top station when he saw the stone coming with no engine. "Where's Daisy, you lot?" "We don't know." Toby went up the line to look. He soon found out what had happened. "Are you all right, Daisy?"
Yes, I'm fine, just a bit shaken.
"Stay there. I'll get the breakdown train."
As if I've got nothing better to do.
Soon enough, Daisy was being lifted back onto the rails, and Sir Tom Hank came to speak with her. "Many people and engines have told me you have had a bad attitude recently. I am not very pleased with this behavior, Daisy. You should know your bad attitude rolls off on others, and sometimes leads to accidents like this. If you have a positive attitude, this could have been prevented. I hope you can treat all of your co-workers. I hope this accident teaches you to have a much more positive attitude from now on."
Yes, sir,
moped Daisy.
I know, sir.
And she made sure to keep that positive attitude. Gordon is an express engine. He puffs fast down the main line, pulling his express train. He is proud of his job and thinks he is the most important engine on the main line. He finds branch lines vulgar because of this, and boasts about it too. "I am the pride of the main line. You wouldn't see me on a teensy little branch line." "Well, Belko has seen you on mine," said Edward. "That was ages ago," retorted Gordon. "Anyway, you don't see me on branch lines today. I'm always a sight on the main line." "Well, have you ever thought about coming to our line?" asked Duck. "It's lovely there. Seaside town, beachfront view." "Huh! Visit your line? You'd never see me on your silly little beach branch line. Besides, all you do there is probably soak up the sun." This made Duck feel offended. The next morning, Gordon puffed into the station, only to find Henry at the front of the express. "Henry, what are you doing at my platform?" "I'm pulling the express today." "But I'm scheduled to pull it." "Not today," boomed a voice. There stood Sir Topham Hatt. "Duck has told me what you said about his branch line, and was very offended by it. I do not let engines make rude remarks about other people's pride. Therefore, as punishment, you will be working on Duck's branch line for 2 whole weeks." "But, sir, No buts, Gordon. It is already too late for that. You shall start by pulling a goods train along the line." On the way to the station, Gordon was very cross. He grumbled that he couldn't pull the express, he grumbled that he had to pull trucks, and most of all, he grumbled about being a branch line. "Oh, hello, Gordon. Enjoyed the view along the way?" "Of course I didn't. It's a branch line after all." "Smart up, Gordon. You're being very annoying right now, and not behaving like a mainline engine should." "Aye, I can agree," said Donald. "I should just behave, or Sir Topham Hatt will find out." Gordon didn't listen. His next assignment was pulling a ballast train to the harbor. He was still unhappy. His unhappiness distracted him, however, and he didn't see the danger of the track. Oh no! Luckily, no one was hurt, but Gordon laid on the beach. "You silly engine," said his driver. "If you were paying attention, none of this would have happened." "Please," Gordon said, "go get some help." So Gordon's crew went for help. Gordon sat all alone. He wasn't enjoying himself. "Where is my crew? It's been ages." So Gordon waited and waited longer. As he did, he realized something. He was enjoying the beach. He enjoyed the scenery, the sand, the ocean. It was wonderful. Maybe this place isn't as bad as I thought. Soon Duck arrived with the breakdown train. Sir Topham Hatt was on board. Oh, I thought this would happen. I am very disappointed, Gordon. You've only dug yourself in a deeper hole. I will... Sir, interrupted Gordon. I'm sorry. Please. I'll try my hardest. Sitting here is all I need to realize this branch line is more than I thought. Duck, I apologize for my remarks. They were very offensive, and I realize that now. I know that you're proud of your branch line, as I'm proud of the Express. I hope that you can forgive me. Well, Duck? Asked Sir Topham Hatt. We accept your apology, Gordon, but please be nice to me and the others. Trust me. I promise you I will. Splendid, said Sir Topham Hatt. After you've visited the works, you will come back here. We need to get some sand out of your wheels. After visiting the works for a quick clean-out, Gordon was back in service on the branch line. He did his work with no fuss. Gordon was happy to return to the main line, but he was also happy that he had had a little vacation.
One day, Sonny was getting some goods from Brenham Docks. He was waiting for a ship to come in. At last, a little tugboat came along with it, and the cranes got to unloading. The little tugboat was eager to talk. "You getting something off this ship?"
Yes, I am. I don't really know what it is, but I know it's going to be really helpful.
"That's nice. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't introduce myself. I'm Theodore. I'm the new harbor tug."
I'm Sonny. It's nice to meet you. You're definitely not around from England. Where are you from?
"I'm from Canada, all the way in Big Harbor."
Wow, Canada's a long way for a tugboat.
"You could say that again. It was quite a long way to be able to get here."
So how'd you wound up on Sodor?
"Your dockmaster bought me after I wasn't needed anymore, so now I work here."
That's nice. Well, I hope to see you around. I've got to go now.
"All right, see ya." And Sonny puffed away, knowing a new friend. The little tugboat did wonders for the docks. Having an extra hand for the ships was a lifesaver, and the engines appreciated his help for his quick work. However, a storm was brewing, and the next day it hit Sodor. The engines and boats had to be careful at the docks. All the boats were tied up because the waves were quite big, and they didn't want anything to float away. Theodore was one of them. He was talking with Sonny and Edward, who were waiting at the docks because parts of Edward's branch line had been flooded, and it wasn't safe to go on.
I hate this weather, you know. For sure, doesn't keep us busy.
Same thing here. They said the weather was going to calm down tomorrow.
That's a relief.
But as the three friends were talking, an incident was waiting to occur. Bulstrode the barge was tied up waiting to go back to the wharf the next day. What happens next, no one knows. Maybe the rope hadn't been tied up properly, or maybe the waves had something to do with it. Whatever it was, he was swept away by the strong current and went out to sea.
Help!
Cried Bulstrode. The others were surprised by the sudden situation, but Theodore was ready to jump into action.
Untie me, he shouted to someone, and then get me to that barge. Are you sure it's safe?
Yes, the waves are terrible.
I need to save this barge, though.
Once the rope was undone, Theodore struggled out to sea. Soon Theodore arrived, and waves were worse. Bulstrode was hoping he wouldn't sink as water splashed into his hull.
Don't panic. I'll try to tie you up the best as I can. Then we'll get you to shore.
A man who had bravely come with Theodore tied a knot through his ear. Then Theodore tugged at him. He slowly started to move along the water. Bulstrode was a heavy barge and was hard to move without pushing it. Theodore was determined. Suddenly, the engine saw a huge wave coming for Theodore.
Theodore, look out!
Theodore was now aware of the wave. He decided to make a risky move.
Hold on, Bulstrode. It's gonna be a ride.
The waves swept the two boats floating up high, and they crashed onto land. When the wave was over, everyone was drenched. Theodore laughed. I wanted to rescue the barge and take him to shore, but I didn't mean this shore. Everyone laughed. When the storm cleared, Sir Topham Hatt and the dock manager visited the scene. Theodore, said the dock manager sternly, I'm very pleased that you went and rescued Bulstrode, but you went out at a dangerous time. I want you to know that it's absolutely unsafe to do what you did, and that Bulstrode could have just strolled onto a shore. Yes, sir, I understand. I just was trying to do the right thing. Good, that's settled. For a while, Theodore's heroic actions were the talk of the docks. When Theodore was launched back into water, he was given a hero's welcome. Theodore still works at Brendam Docks, and to this day, he still loves telling the story of a brave little ship that went out to rescue a barge.